What's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin JC here. I'm here with Sarah So Oliver from Bad Girls Club 11, Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle 2, and Bad Girls Club 13 Redemption. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm great.
Oh my God, it feels so good to talk to you because I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while. I got to talk to Priscilla the other day, so that was good. Talk to Flo. So what's been up since your days on Bad Girls Club?
I've been doing all kinds of stuff. You know, right after Redemption, I did Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars. And then following that show, I decided to kind of take a break from reality a little bit. Like, if I do it, I kind of want to do my own show, which is something I've been working on now, which is a show with my dad. And then, of course, I've been working on this app nonstop. Emoji Me, it was launched earlier this year, and I haven't done the official launch. That's actually going to be next month. So I've been working on, like, the commercial, the web pages, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been busy.
Very. So why did you join the Bad Girls Club?
So originally, I remember when I first started watching reality TV, I saw Charm School, and I was watching it, and I said, oh my God, and I'm thinking, like, that looks scary, like, these girls always fighting and cussing and screaming.
OMG,
And
I used to watch that.
you remember Charm School?
Yes, I used to watch Flavor Love Charm School, Rocker Love Charm School, and Charm School with Ricky Lake. Oh my God, that was my show.
Whoa, you watched everything. I only watched For the Love of Ray J and Charm School, and I, like, was in love with the For Love. I wanted to go on that show. I was like, I'm going to go on that show, I'm going to win. And it's so funny because he hosted All-Star Battle 2, of course, and it's funny, like, in hindsight, what I thought back then watching For the Love of Ray J, and now he's hosting, you know, my show later on.
And you know what's so funny, though? Because the girl, one of the girls that was on season 1 of his show was a replacement bad girl on season 1 of Bad Girls Club.
What? That's crazy.
Yes, she was.
That was the only season I didn't watch, was season 1. I watched every other season.
Yeah, the girl who won, she was a replacement bad girl on season 1 of Bad Girls Club.
Who was it?
Joanna Hernandez.
Joanna. Maybe I didn't. How many did he do? He did 2 seasons?
Yeah, he did 2 seasons, but she became really known as a Cocktail because that's the nickname he gave her on the show. So,
oh, okay. I think I remember that now.
Yeah. So, Mylan was a huge instigator, and you girls fought in the house. Have you seen her since Bad Girls Club 11?
Not only have I not seen her in person, but I haven't even seen her anywhere. Like, I haven't seen her on social media, any TV shows, magazines. Like, I haven't. After Bad Girls Club, I haven't even heard from her. I think the only thing I've heard was, like, a car accident with a taxi and getting her teeth done. And that's it. That's all I know.
My thing with Mylan was I felt that she wanted to be the next Julie. That's what was my impression of her. I felt that she wanted to be another Julie.
She wanted to be Julie / Natalie, I feel like. And the reason I say Natalie, because that the whole Justin Bieber thing reminded me of the Chris Brown thing. And I'm like, I've seen this before. You know what I mean? We're like living it on the show, and I'm like, I've seen this.
So, they don't show everything on TV. What exactly did they tell you were being removed from the Bad Girls house for?
For being a liability. They said they were concerned for my safety, and they didn't want the girls to continue to jump me. And I was like, but they're the ones that, like, are starting with me first, and they were like, yeah, but they kept saying that they was going to jump me and stuff, and they're like, we're really looking out for you because we don't want you to get hurt. And of course, at that time, that's when my face and my eye had been clawed, and I went to the doctor, and they realized, like, these girls were, you know, and then I would say for entertainment value, that's what they told me. But looking back, I would say it's more to change a little bit of the show, too, because for the whole house to not like one person, like, the season can only go so far. Like, people would get really annoyed. People were already annoyed with everybody messing with me in the 4 episodes that I was in. So could you imagine? I think season 11 was like 15 episodes. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think anybody would have started to like me. So for them to pick on me for 15 episodes, it would have been ridiculous.
Definitely. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was heated at the fact that they all jumped you like that. I was so mad. 'Cause see me when I watch the Bad Girls Club seasons, I don't play all that jumping stuff. I don't like that, and I didn't think that was right. I didn't think you deserved that. That was not right. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, Sarah. I cried for you when you was talking about them pulling out your hair.
I was like so upset. Like I didn't even mind being jumped. I was just upset that my hair was ripped out from my head because I was like, you know how long this takes to grow back? Like a busted lip goes away in a week. A black eye goes away in 2 weeks. Like hair that long ripped out from your scalp, that's like 7 years to grow back. Like it's not okay.
Did the producers do anything about it? Like, did you let them know that your hair was coming out?
No, I mean, they saw it. Like, it was literally falling out in clumps. Like, I didn't know it that night. Like, and I'm very pain tolerant, so I didn't really care. Like, they fought me. I tied my hair up. You know, they put me in the confessional. They sent me to a hotel. Like, I still didn't even really care. But the next day, because, like, my hair was curled, and it had hairspray in it, and I put it up in a ponytail. I went and took a shower thinking everything was cool. You know, Stephanie was like, oh, you're back home, you're not going home. I'm like, I am home. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't faze me. I didn't care. Mm-hmm. But when I got in that shower and I washed my hair and it started falling out like the movie. What was that movie? The Witch movie.
The Witch.
Remember her hair fell out in the shower? The Marsha girl from the Brady Bunch? The Craft. Remember she got in the shower and then like her hair started falling out? I felt like that girl. Like I just immediately started crying because like it was like clogged up in the drain, and then I started brushing my hair and it was all in my hairbrush, and I was like, this is way too much. Like I can handle jumping, I can handle all that, but y'all ain't about to rip my hair out my head.
I don't know, Sarah. I ain't gonna lie. If I was in your position and I saw my hair coming out, I would have went and found one of them bitches and started snatching their hair out their head, because boy, I would have been heated, because I don't play by my hair either now.
Yeah, and the thing that really made me mad was the fact of, you know, like with fighting and stuff, like they're okay with it. Like, you know, if they see blood, they're probably going to send you home. Like, if you bust a girl's lip open or her eye open, they're going to send you home. But with me having real hair, I don't understand why it wasn't any sort of rule that they couldn't, like, you know what I mean? That against them ripping my hair out my head. Because I'll take a busted lip over a bald spot in my head all day long.
I mean, I don't understand that either. I mean, the impression that I had was when it comes to fighting, if you just pull hair, they just split y'all up and nobody goes home. But if y'all get too violent, that's how y'all get sent home. But when your hair came out your head, I was like, somebody should be going home for this, because that girl's hair is coming out her head.
Really? And it's like, it's not that they didn't know. Like, they all knew my hair was real, so they knew what they were doing. And then they all kept pulling my hair.
Yeah. Oh boy. So Bad Girls Club did a spinoff show called Love Games. If they brought it back, if you were asked to do Love Games, would you do it?
If you would have asked me like 2 years ago, I would have said yes. But now where I'm at, like I wouldn't do it.
You just got a lot more going on now.
Yeah, like I'm 32. Like I'm about to be on TV kissing all these boys and stuff. Like they got to do all these crazy challenges, and I mean, like a few years ago it would have been fun, but I'm just at a different place where I'm like recreating my brand. Like I did modeling for so long since I think I started when I was 21, and even with that, like I'm done taking pictures like in G-strings and stuff like that. Like I'll still take sexy pictures, but I ain't about to be in a G-string with my ass all hanging out, because that was like, you know what I mean, in the past. Like, sometimes you just got to be done with that stuff, and I'm just done with it.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Sometimes you just got to move on and think priorities.
Right.
So, you know, Bad Girls Club has said that they are ending its run. Do you feel that it's time for Bad Girls Club to end, or do you think that it should be moved to VH1 for the 18th season?
I don't feel like that it's over, and there's like more than one reasons, because of like how they promoted it and stuff, and how they said farewell, and then at the very end they said for now. So that left it as a possibility to come back. I do feel like a different network should pick it up and maybe change the rules, maybe change some of the things that they do, because it does get a lot of ratings and a lot of people do like the show. But I do feel like it needs to change a little bit, because it's starting to get repetitive and just be fights. And then I feel like the past 3 seasons, it hasn't been like before when I went on. It was like a couple girls there that was like just trying to get camera time and stuff. But I feel like more now, like I went on the show and I was just myself. I was 100% me like the entire time. And I feel like now, like how Mimi was on our season, I feel like everybody's like that. Like now I feel like it's everybody competing for camera time. And you'll hear them talk and they'll be like, and they'll show this and they'll be like, well, I'm wondering how I'm going to be portrayed. And I'm like, what? Like, it's just so crazy to me that people can even think like that. When I'm in these houses and living in this situation, and that was even on Marriage Boot Camp, Ink at one point had broken down about something, and he was like, wow, that's going to look really, really bad. And I'm like living in the moment. I don't even, it doesn't even cross my mind, how are the viewers going to see this? Because I'm just me all the time. And I feel like the girls on the most recent seasons, they're all worried about, ooh, should I say something now because it needs to look like this? Or if I don't say something, it's going to make me look like this. So instead of being themselves, they're completely concerned about viewers watching, which of course I think makes it look fake and it looks tacky to me, and I just don't like it.
So were there like any fights or arguments that we didn't get to see in the house or at the reunion?
Definitely a lot more arguments. When I was on season 11, I feel like they showed pretty much all the fights. They didn't show the girls too much being nice to me, which of course why I was confused even when I came to the reunion. I was like, wait, I thought Stephanie was my friend. So watching it back, the whole phony fake thing, I was like, wow, it makes sense now. But like, you didn't see how many times she was talking to me and telling me how pretty I was and, oh my God, I like your dress. So that's why I thought she genuinely liked me and was my friend. So I would say season 11, they didn't show the girls being nice to me a lot, which is why I was confused to what was even going on, even with the house meeting. I'm like, okay, we're having a house meeting. Like, what's it about? It's not that I'm clueless. Like, it's just the fact of people would be cool with me all day, and then they would do something like that. But season 13, they for sure didn't show a lot of the fights and a lot of the arguments, because there was way more. There was pretty much a fight or argument every single day.
Dang. So, All-Star Battle 2, how did you feel after Camila was eliminated, jumping on Elise like that?
Oh, I didn't like that, because I didn't really know Camila that well. I liked her on her season, and then I liked her when we initially moved into the house. But then when she kept going and talking back and forth to other people, and I actually did her nails one night. Like, she sat in my bed, and I did her nails for her. And, because, like, on Battle, we don't get to leave the house or do anything. So I brought, like, I do my own gel nails. So I brought the light, I brought the drill, I do everything, because I wasn't about to be in there for a month and playing in the dirt and stuff and having disgusting nails while swiping on that iPad looking crazy. So I did Camila's nails one time. Like, we bonded, we talked about personal stuff. So I thought she was kind of cool, but then, like, I didn't run out to the pool to see her throw Elise's purse in or hit her or something, and I felt like Elise isn't like the fighting type. Yeah. So me not knowing Camila and not knowing that they had a secret alliance and that Elise was backing up on their alliance, I was just like, wow, Camila's being a bully, because I really had no idea what was going on. So when she did that on this stage that night, I was confused at what she was doing. I'm like, this bitch just wants camera time, being all loud and extra for no reason. And, like, I was pissed. But keep in mind, I didn't know nothing that was going on between her and Elise. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have liked Elise.
Well, okay, so when the little speech she gave, or when she pointed Elise out, she was like, you bitch, we got problems. I feel that she said a little more. They just didn't show it. Did she say a little more?
When she got sent home?
Yes. Like, right after Ray J was like, is there anything you want to say to your housemates? And she pointed at Elise. She was like, you bitch, we got problems.
Now that you say that, it's coming back to me. I don't think she said any more than that. She may have said, like, one more thing, like, I'm going to see you outside of here. But it wasn't something that continued on for a long time.
How long did the fight go on? Did they show the full fight, or did it go on for longer than that?
No, with Elise, it was like immediate. She like jumped on her. I was trying to pull them apart. Security ran over there, and then it was pretty much over.
Yeah, I noticed that. I love you for that, by the way. I love you for that. For real. Like, real talk.
Thanks.
Like, real talk. You were one of my favorite bad girls, real talk. When I saw you trying to pull her off that girl, you like, get off of her, get off of her. I'm like, yes, get her, Sarah.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, if it's somebody that's asking for a fight and you fight them, then it doesn't bother me. But if it's like you sneak attack somebody, or if you're trying to fight somebody that really doesn't want to fight, like, that really, really bothers me. Like, whatever season Kaylee was on, like, that probably would never be my friend in real life. But the fact that they were, like, beating up on her when she wasn't, like, you know, really about that life, like, I don't like that, like, whatsoever. Like, you want to fight somebody that wants to fight, like, bitch, you gonna fight me. You ain't gonna pick on that little girl who's scared.
Mm-hmm. Because, boy, poor Elise, she had it hard on her season. I cried for her on her season because I didn't I didn't like how the twins was doing her when they snatched her by her weave out that chair. Boy, I wanted to jump through that TV so quick.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like that. It just, but.
And then what's crazy is, like, the twins aren't, like, for real fighters. Like, they was, like, bullies together, but, like, as soon as somebody picked on them, and it's like, there's two of y'all, and they couldn't even handle it. When, I guess at the end, I remember they was fighting them, and I remember their lip being bloody. She was talking about Chipotle or something, and I was like, that's what y'all get.
And not only that, but after Danny had, because I don't know if you've seen their Love Game season where they fought her again, because Elise was a special guest on their Love Game season, and they had jumped her again right in front of everybody, the guys and everything. And then,
I kind of remember that, but I kind of don't. But thinking back, I'm like, why did they mess with Elise? Like, Elise does not say too much. She's not, like, instigating. She kind of just minds her business. Like, I feel like Camila was coming towards her for an alliance and this, that, and the other, and Elise kind of just went with it. So, like, thinking back of the shows that she's been on, like, I don't understand why they were messing with her.
I don't either. That's my girl, though. I love Elise. I love her. Was there anything on All-Star Battle that we didn't get to see whereas outcomes of a competition, or how y'all felt after a competition, or reactions after an elimination?
Well, there was a lot. Like, let me think. So one was, you kind of see me and Megan get into it on the football field a little bit, but then there was one night where we went out. The night that those guys were giving me and Nancy like a whole bunch of ones. They were throwing ones on us. And then Nancy was mad that I guess Tiana and Rocky had picked up some of the money. And I'm like, who cares? It just ones. Like, it ain't really that serious. And when we left there, we stopped to use the bathroom somewhere, like a Waffle House or something. And I was in the bathroom. I can't remember who I went to the bathroom with. Maybe Tiana, but I think Tiana was too drunk to pay attention. But I overheard Megan talking shit to somebody. And keep in mind, I kind of knew that Megan didn't like me, and people thought I was crazy. And then Megan to my face was like, no, Sarah, if I didn't like you, I would tell you. And I'm like, okay, cool, I respect that, but I feel like you don't like me. And of course, watching it back, you see her like flicking me off behind my back and always talking shit. So she really didn't like me. Like, me and Megan are cool now, but like on the show, she really didn't like me. So, like, we had gotten, I remember whatever was said in the bathroom, and I was really drunk that night. We were all drunk. We go back into the limo, and everybody was kind of talking, and I was like, hold up, before everybody starts whatever, I'm about to say what I just heard, and I'm telling everybody. I wasn't about to pull one person aside and say, oh, this is what she said. Like, you know, I don't do shit like that. Like, so I think I even told Tiana, I said, did she really just say what I think she said? And she's like, no, I think you tripping. I said, no, I think she said it. So we go into the limo, and I say, nobody knows what I'm about to say. And I'm like, so I just heard Megan say, and as soon as I said Megan say, she, like, came for me. Like, she, like, went to attack me. I don't remember how it got broken up. The next thing you know, I remember being in the back of the party bus with the stripper pole, and they put me, Tiana, and I believe Rocky back there, and I think Megan and whoever else was in the front, Megan, Nancy, and whoever else. And when they pulled me back there, and, like, this shit was crazy. Like, all the security came, they threw us back there and stuff. Like, They go, wait, so what did she say, Sarah? And I'm like, damn, I don't even remember now, but it was good. Like, whatever it was really fucked up because I was like, I couldn't wait to get back in the bus to tell everybody. But then all that happened and I literally forgot because we was all that drunk. So, like, you didn't see none of that fight. And then also the fight with Nancy and Rocky that night, I think it was, somebody was yelling at me. Me and Shelly had gotten to a misunderstanding because Megan went back and told her something, and I remember I was sitting in my bed, and if you look on that episode, there's blood on my hands, and it wasn't from none of them, but, like, I started to get, like, really bad anxiety, and I had a plastic hanger in my hand, and Shelly was talking about something, and the other girl had lied about something, and I was breaking the hanger, and it had cut my hand, so there was blood all over my hand, and then, of course, later on, you see the fight with Nancy and Rocky, and that was a long fight too. Like, nobody really threw a punch, but it lasted a long time, and it was with multiple people. It wasn't just them two.
You talking about during, like, after that competition?
I think, no, it was the one after we went out. I remember I had a black jumpsuit on, and I remember seeing on the show Rocky pushing Nancy against the wall, or pushing Nancy away from somebody, and it made it look like Nancy and Rocky were fighting, but I think it had something to do, I can't even remember what it was, but that was like a really long thing. You only saw maybe 30 seconds of it, but like that had went on from like breaking the hanger on the bed to Nancy saying some shit about me, then to Rocky getting involved. Like, I feel like that whole ordeal lasted 30 minutes to an hour.
Wow.
And it was a lot of arguing and a lot of back and forth. You just didn't see it. Like, so, All-Star Battle, there was a lot of, like, little arguments and stuff, but, like, they didn't show hardly anything on All-Star Battle. And I feel like it's because, for one, it was different producers, and they were making it more about the competition than anything.
Yeah. What was the beef with Alicia?
With me and Alicia?
Yeah.
Alicia was just always talking shit with Megan about me. And at one point, I believe I said I didn't like the fact that Alicia was a bully on her season. So it wasn't that I knew her personally. I was just like, I don't like the fact that she's a bully. And that's how it all started on Battle. Like, and her and Megan just didn't like me. And of course, I'd be like, who are you talking to? And then there was like a little bit of stuff back and forth with that. But I just don't like people that treat other people like that. So if you like Valentina coming onto the show, I didn't like Valentina either. But when I came there and I realized she was a different person, and she was talking about how, you know, she was talking about God, she was talking about being better. She said like how she felt bad of how she acted and how, it, you know, she apologized for it and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like, cool. Like, if you can own up to something and you apologize and you're a better person now, then I don't hold it against you. But I feel like Alicia was the same person going on to Battle as she was on her season. She had, like, no remorse. She's like, I don't care how they talk about me. I don't care what I did. Like, I have no regrets on whatever. And I'm not saying have a regret, but to own up to what you did and say I shouldn't have done it, it was fucked up, is completely different.
Yeah, with Valentina, I couldn't stand her on season 10, but I loved her on All-Star Battle too.
Yeah, me too. Like, I really, really liked Valentina, and I hated her on her season.
Boy, same thing with Jen. I couldn't stand Jen on Bad Girls Club season 10, but I loved her on All-Star Battle season 1.
Yep, I liked her on Battle too. That's funny.
Which bad girls would you have liked to compete against on All-Star Battle besides the ones that was on your season?
Before going on to the show, I really wanted Sydney, the redhead, to be on there. I don't know why. For some reason, I wanted her to be there. And I wanted, and this is so weird because I don't know why this girl always crosses my mind. And even when the producers asked me who I thought would be there and who I'd want to be there, I said this girl, and they're like, really? Nobody ever says that girl. But it was Nikki from, it was Sydney season 2, the one that used to say bro all the time.
Oh, season 6.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I liked her. I would hate to live with her because she would annoy the shit out of me. But I think I just liked her on her season because she was just somebody completely different from anything we've ever seen.
I think that game would have been, because I think she was treating the Bad Girls Club like it was All-Star Battle. I think she would have made it really far on Bad Girls All-Star Battle with the stuff she do.
Right, I think she would have been good on there.
So, why do you think that Bad Girls Club 11 Miami had so many replacements?
Shoot, because the girls kept jumping people. I don't know. Did a lot of the other girls, I can't really remember because I didn't get to see all of season 11, and it's because I went and filmed All-Star Battle. Like, while 11 was airing, I was filming Battle. And I remember I came back and I watched a few of the episodes, but I got annoyed because I'm like, wow, it's the same thing over and over. And then it really made me mad when somebody like Gigi, like when she, I would say something to her, we maybe argue, or she would be like, okay, we cool now, because me and Gigi did make up after we fought, until you see like the next episode where the whole house got her turned against me again. And there was a moment where we were cool with each other. She even said like, no, we squashed it, we good, but then everybody got her all riled up and shit. But like, I don't even remember what you asked me. I'm all reliving this damn TV show. What did you just ask me?
Huh?
What was the question you just asked me?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I asked why was there so many replacements? Because, this season, girls are dropping like flies.
Yeah, okay, so, like, when watching it back, and then I saw Gigi picking on Janelle and, like, pouring water on her or something, I'm like, wait a minute, you would have never poured any damn water on me. Like, why are you picking on this little girl? Like, all of a sudden you think you so damn tough talking about get out of my section and whatever else. I just feel like it was like a battle of egos on that show. Like, everybody wanted to be the toughest, and it's like they all clicked together. Like, it was just really weird to me. I've never seen so many girls just like want to keep jumping people.
I ain't gonna lie, I could not stand Gigi ass. Oh my god.
I don't like her either.
Oh my lord. Like, real talk. She even lucky to be pictured as an original, even though you not. You lucky Tess left, boo-boo. Real talk.
Right.
But,
they just didn't want 6 people, and they weren't going to bring Tess back for one day. That's crazy.
Yeah. But, let me see. Your replacement was Shanae.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Shanae? Do you think she's cool?
Okay, so I met her in real life before I ever watched her on TV, and I really, really liked her in person. Like, she's cool, she's chill, she's laid back. I did watch an episode where I feel like she was talking mad shit, like in the phone room about the girls or something. I'm like, whoa, I don't feel like she's really like that in person. So I don't know if it was like they got her hyped up or what it was, but like in person, I don't have a problem with her. She was real cool. And then even when we went to the reunion, she was cool at the reunion with me. But watching a couple clips back, I'm like, wow, that doesn't really go with her personality. So I really don't know, I guess, what to think about her.
So at the reunion, Benji had jumped up and hit her. And they got into their little altercation. Shanae was pulled to the back, and then Benzi ran back there again because Shanae was saying... What was she saying? Because we couldn't hear anything.
You say Benzi, and I'm thinking, like, who the hell is Benzi?
Her name's Mercedes.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Was I even on this? Wait, was I on the stage, or that's when Shanae came to the dressing room? Where was I?
This was when, because I know her mouth was bleeding after Benzi did this. Benzi had jumped. Benzi was like, do you hear me, Tanisha? And then Shanae was like, anyways. And then Benzi just reached over and knocked the shit out of her.
Okay, I kind of remember that. So, wait, I was sitting there when this happened?
I think you were sitting there. Because I know you came out with Janelle. Because Janelle got into a fight with Tiana. And then she got sent to the back. And then Janelle came back out with you.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't know. I'm telling you, I used to drink a good bit, and, like, I would be drunk at those reunions. Like, I drank in the dressing room. Like, they gave me a shot right before I walked out on the stage. When everybody needed to take a bathroom break, I was like, give me a shot, and they did. So, like, a lot of that stuff is kind of a blur to me, because the reunions, for some reason, I go to the reunions to fight and to drink.
Well, I'm glad that you made it to the end of your first season reunion. I just wish they wouldn't have put you out of the last 2. That pissed me off so bad. Especially season 13. I don't understand that. I think the security was doing the most with that, get her. Like, really, dude?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was so drunk, though. Like, I think it was a good thing they did remove me. Like, I was like, I don't even remember part of the time of me being on that stage, because I was, like, blacked out drunk. Like, I told them in the dressing room that I only wanted wine, that I didn't want vodka. And then they brought us vodka at first with no mixers. and we had, like, it was only me and Judy, and we had a bottle of, I think, Belvedere. No, we had Grey Goose. And we were drinking it, and at some point in time, I didn't know this, but they gave us another bottle. And, like, when we're in the house, you know, they put liquor in the house, and then you have to buy your own liquor. And when you go to clubs, sometimes you buy your own liquor. Sometimes they give you free bottles. But at the reunion, they will fill your cup up all day long. At the reunion, they pretty much give you whatever you want to drink. And with them knowing that I watch my drinking all season.
So which show was more fun to do? Bad Girls Club 11, Bad Girls Club 13, or Bad Girls All-Star Battle 2?
All-Star Battle by far.
Why is that?
Because we actually had something to do every day. It wasn't like girls getting bored and like just wanting to fight and cause problems. People, like, looking back, people are like, oh, 11 was the worst for you. I'm like, no, actually 11 wasn't bad. Like, I can easily fight and argue and yell back. Like, that's easy for me to do. Like, what was hard for me to do was season 13, where I'm, like, trying to stay calm and, like, trying to put up with all the stress and, like, the stuff that the girls are doing and everything. So, like, Battle was the most fun. 13 was the most stressful. And then, I mean, 11 was just 11.
11 was just 11. So, can you tell me about this Bad Boys project that you, Judy, Natalie, and Flo had started?
So I don't really know exactly what all was going to be done with that, because it was kind of thrown upon me last minute. We went out to not LA, I believe Detroit. We went to the DMV area, and we were filming at this mansion, and it was almost to do like a little TV show with us, and it was like a girl code type show, and it was something Natalie had thought of. And I didn't know until I got there that Judy and Flo had been posting stuff about a casting call for a Bad Boys Club. And I was like, wait, what is this? And then I'm like, how did you not even tell me? But, like, Judy and Flo were posting it, and me and Natalie were, like, best friends. I had no idea what was going on. It's like, oh, yeah, I thought I told you. We're doing the casting for whatever, and we're going to pitch this show, and we already have a bunch of people that want to look at it. And basically the guy that was filming it, he does filming, photography, all kinds of stuff. He rents out his mansion for different things, and he was talking about doing a reality show there, so he would be producing the show. So I was told very last minute what we were doing. I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's a cool concept. And then I was like, all right, well, let's just do it. So then the casting, like, they held it the very next day. I helped do the questions and everything like that. And then by come the time where we, I guess, had decided, like, the ones that we liked to stay for the second round, me and Natalie basically were asking all the questions as if producers were asking us on our TV shows. I'm like, well, this is easy because I've done this for so many times. Like, it's easy just to reverse it and be the one to ask the questions. So that's what we did. And then, you know, she mentioned, like, that she would know something in a couple weeks. And then I guess she said something about Oxygen had called her and said, absolutely not, because it's a playoff on our show. You can't do that. And then the guy who was filming and producing, I guess, whose house that it was at, he had spoken to some people too, and I never followed up with him because it wasn't like my project. It was just something that was kind of thrown on me last minute, and I just did it with them. So I don't really know the exact details of what happened, but I know Oxygen was basically saying, like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I remember Natalie said something on live. She said, they said anything that like pertains to bad girls or bad boys, Bune and Mary owns.
Yeah, and then she was like, well, we're going to change it to Bad Boy USA, and then we're going to do it in different cities, but it's still too close to the concept of Bad Girls Club because they do Bad Girls Club in different cities too.
Definitely.
And I think the reason that Oxygen never did a show like that, because for one, they like drama. Like, they purposely pick conflicting personalities with females, and it's hard enough for security to be breaking up females. Like, so for guys, I feel like it would just be too much. Like, you know, like security, and then with them, like, it would be the guys fighting security, because, like, the girls would sometimes fight security.
Well, I
So
mean, watching Love Games, you know, on some of the seasons, especially season 4, those guys fought so much. So I thought that if they were to do that, they would, you know, they already be ready for it because they've done this before because the guys fought on Love Games, just like the girls did on Bad Girls Club.
yeah, but they don't, like, for real, like, the girls on Bad Girls Club, they really be trying to kill each other sometimes. I feel like those guys were just like, oh, we in a competition, like, you said this, like, let's go at it for a second type thing. Like, it hasn't been, like, there hasn't been a show where it's all males to even give them the option to, like, pull out scissors or to throw a block of knives or do some of the stuff that females have done, because, I mean, clearly, like, males are stronger than females. Mm-hmm. And then you got all these guys living in a house, and then the security are guys, too. Like, a female can only do so much fighting a male security. But, like, grown men and a security grab them, like, it's going to be like a real-life fight against security. And that's a whole liability in itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right on that one. So, out of all the bad girls, one bad girl has died. Did you hear about that?
Was it Lindsay or
yes.
Jade or
Lindsay Jade? Yes.
Yeah, I knew because TMZ called me and they were like, "Do you know anything about Lindsay Jade?" And I was like, "Who is that?" And apparently, I don't even know what happened. Like, what season was she from? She wasn't really on the season, was she?
Well, her season was after your season, and she stayed for 2 episodes. And on the second episode, she was removed. The way they showed it on TV was she left, but online, if you was to read it in the description, it said she was removed. So I don't really know how that went. But her and Jada got into it. Jada had grabbed her by her hair and punched her in the face, and then kicked her in the face. And then she was like, "I'm not doing this show." She kicked me in the face, and she was like, "Get me out this car," because they was driving when it happened. And then she left. So, and then after
she pretty much quit.
Huh?
So she pretty much quit.
Yeah, she pretty much quit, but, on TV they showed it like she quit, but, you know, otherwise they say she got removed. I don't know.
That's weird. And you know what, I said 1 was the only season I didn't watch, but that's not true. I didn't watch most of 12 either, and the reason I didn't is because I think only 1 episode came on TV, and then we didn't even see an episode. We went on BGC13 before season 12 aired. So when we found out there was 2 season 12 girls, like, we had no clue about them because the show hadn't aired yet. So I didn't get to watch season 12 because I was on 13. And I believe when I came home, I watched, like, a couple clips or 1 or 2 episodes. And then in hindsight, I was like, no wonder why Jada didn't want to share a room with Red. But then they became, like, BFFs in the house, so I was confused to what even happened.
Do you know anything about the replacements they had for this season or the potential cast members? I heard Gia was rumored as a member. Megan was rumored as a replacement. Christina was rumored as a replacement. Do you know anything about that?
On a replacement for what?
For Bad Girls Club 13 Redemption.
I don't really know. I don't think so. I feel like a lot of people say that they're supposed to be on this show and that because they feel bad that they didn't get called or whatever else. So I don't really believe all that. Like, they'll ask a couple people, but a lot of people act like they get called for everything when they really don't. And when they start talking about it, and the more you hear about it, you're like, well, that wasn't how the process even happened. So there's no way that they did that because they didn't do that with people that even got called, you know, or that it got picked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they say, oh, well, they flew us to here and they did this, that, and that. And I'm like, no, they didn't do all that. Like, they literally called us. We did stuff over the phone. They knew who they wanted. We didn't fly out till it was time to go. So for them to fly you out to interview you, like, bitch, they didn't even fly me out to interview me and I was on the show. So what you're saying doesn't even make any sense.
Do you still talk to Judy?
I do. She actually lives not too far from me. We don't really see each other. Like, we're still friends. I still love Judy. Like, I feel like anytime we see each other, we're going to be as close as we were before. But we just live, like, 2 different lifestyles. Like, she's, you know, I think she's on a trip with her girlfriend right now. You know, Judy, she just does her own thing. She likes hosting parties and going to parties and stuff like that. And I don't really do any of that anymore. I pretty much just work like nonstop.
Do you regret doing the Bad Girls Club?
No, not at all. Like, I like doing the show. I wanted to be on reality TV. It's something that I really wanted to do. So now that I've accomplished it, like, no. And I don't feel like I was myself the whole time. So I can't really regret, you know what I mean, anything too much in that sense. But everything is like a lesson, and I learned a lot from being on that show. It helped me to do a lot of the things that I do now. So no, I appreciate the entire experience.
Has Oxygen, like, because, you know, Bad Girls Club is ending, a lot of bad girls say Oxygen contacted them about some video for the network. Has they asked you to do, like, a farewell video for Bad Girls Club or anything?
No.
Okay, because I remember Erica Lucci V, she was talking about it on her live stream. She was like, they asked me to do some video for them, and I didn't do it yet. And I was like, oh, they must be asking all the bad girls to do that.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't heard nothing of it. Judy and Natalie hasn't said anything to me about it. So, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Has production ever instigated any of your fights?
I don't think they necessarily will say or do anything specific, but I do feel like, you know, giving the girls more alcohol and doing stuff like that, like, that's instigating in its own sense, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. How's your father doing?
Who, my dad?
Yes.
Oh, he's good. I'm actually pitching a show with him right now. It's a really great concept. I actually just added our photo shoot pictures to my website. Like, I just redid my entire website, saraholiver.com. And if you click on So Wild, you'll see the photos from our photo shoot. So I'm pitching a TV show with him. Like, he loves TV. Like, he loves the attention. And I'm actually about to buy him a place. And I've been wanting a new car for almost a year and a half now. And I was like, damn, I'm a good person for real, because my dad needs a new place to stay, and where he's staying, like, they make him pay rent, and they give him a hard time. So instead of me buying a new car, I'm getting him a place.
Oh, that is so nice. Now, let me tell you, I loved your daddy on Bad Girls Club Redemption. He was hilarious.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God, he was so funny. Like, when he kissed Rocky on the mouth, I bust out laughing. I was like, what? Oh, he seems like he really does turn up for real.
No, like, for real. He's crazy like that all the time. He doesn't drink anymore, but he's still just as wild. Like, he maybe wouldn't, like, go talk to Rocky or Julie because, you know, I wasn't friends with them on the show, but he would definitely still be wild and crazy and, like, grabbing on Laura and grabbing on the girls that I was friends with rather than the ones I don't talk to, you know?
Yeah.
Which, did you know, Rocky and I actually made up. Like, we saw each other for Natalie's baby shower.
Yes,
and
I saw your video.
Yeah,
I liked it.
We hung out, like, the entire time. Like, she was really cool, and we just got along. We didn't even really have a conversation about it. We gave each other a hug, and we're like, you know, let's just forget about that. That was a long time ago. And we just pretended like nothing even happened, and we were just cool the whole time.
That's great. I'm glad that some of the bad girls can just squash their beef and be more mature about everything. Because there's girls now that are just stuff that didn't happen 6 years ago, they still beefing about it, and they don't make
right, like, it's really not that serious. Like, you just an angry person at heart if you're gonna really let somebody, like, make you feel that way. And it's like, you know, we ain't best friends after that. I haven't even spoken to her since then, but if I ever was to see her or her come into town, like, I would hang out with her and stuff like that. But, you know, we ain't, like, best buddies talking on the phone, but at the same time, like, there's no point of having an enemy for no reason.
That's so true. Would you do it all again, depending on the circumstance?
Bad Girls Club or other shows, it depends on everything. It depends on who, what, when, where, how much I'm getting paid. Like, I would say the check would be the main thing, because you ain't about to put me through all that stress for, like, a little bit of money. Like, I already know what comes with this. And then doing marriage boot camp, where they paid me, like, 5 times the amount I'm normally getting paid on Bad Girls Club, like, I'm not going back to lesser money. So it would have to be a good offer for me to accept it, but I would definitely always be open to it, depending on what the check was.
I would love to see you on Celebrity Big Brother.
I haven't watched Big Brother in the U.S., but Celebrity Big Brother in like the UK, right? Oh my God, I love that show. I think I would do so good on that show.
I think you would too. Just loved it. I'm surprised they ain't even asked Natalie to do it yet. I mean,
apparently she did one interview for them when we were in London. I remember she interviewed with one of the producers, and she mentioned going on one of them, but then that season ended up being New York. And you know, they usually don't have but like one black female, and then she thought she was gonna, I guess, do the second one, and then they had Ray J's whoever she was related to, Ray J or something. She was like, she had a beef with Whitney Houston or something, I can't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe timing wise is maybe why Natalie didn't get picked, because they decided to go with, you know, New York over her, and then of course that girl because of Ray J.
Were you genuinely mad at Julie, or just frustrated with her?
Julie?
Yes.
At what point in time?
No,
I don't like Julie. I never, from being in the house, like, she was cool the first couple days, and I even told her, I was like, wow, you have a really nice voice, like, she can sing, and then she just started being, like, rude to me, and I was like, no, like, I don't like you on your season. I tried to give you a chance on 13, and then you kind of, like, not necessarily back in her old ways, because she was never that bad, but she was starting to be bitchy towards me and stuff, so I was like, no, like, I don't mess with you, like, I'm not cool with you. So I never liked her. I liked her the first couple days on season 13, but that's it. Not on her season, and then not later on my season.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked that is because, you know, I did watch AfterBuzz, you know, when she was doing the reviews on All-Star Battle 2, and that girl had so much shit to say about you, so I'm like, God damn, what's wrong with them two?
And, well, the only thing is like, the whole thing was supposedly Julie liked me my entire season, but when I did the reunion and Mimi didn't come, and I said, oh, Mimi didn't want the Julie treatment, apparently that's what made Julie hate me from there on out.
But it's like, damn, bitch, she not lying.
I know, right? You got dragged on that stage.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, they beat her ass on that reunion, and I watched Bad Girls Club Mexico reunion part 3 almost every day, because I don't know, so much adrenaline goes through my body when I watch them do that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, she deserved it. Like, she really did. Like, she was just really nasty to a lot of people.
And she jumped on Lil Andrea too. That ain't right. That little girl.
Yeah, I don't know. When people like that get what they deserve, that's like one of the best like feelings to me. Like, you deserve that.
Yes, like, and I know this gonna sound wrong, but on the Bad Girls Club 13 Redemption reunion, I was so happy when I saw Jada punch Danny in the face. Oh my god. Everybody else probably was like she was wrong for that. I think back to everything she did to Elise and all that dirtiness she did, and I'm just like, yes, Jada popped your ass, bitch.
Stupid. Danny was cool on our season though. Like, Danny, like, towards like when I actually got to know Danny, like, Danny's really, really cool. Like, yeah. I really, really like her. And I didn't like her on her season, but, like, she's definitely grown up a lot.
Yes, I'm not going to lie, even though I was happy that did happen, I felt that, I was looking at it from Karma's side. But at the same time, I feel that she did change, though, because I liked her more on Redemption rather than her past. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even like her on All-Star Battle. And All-Star Battle 2, she was eliminated first. So, couldn't really say if I liked her on there, because she wasn't even there that long.
Right.
So, my question is, so when it comes to the eliminations on All-Star Battle, so like first eliminations, how long? Do y'all eliminate the same day y'all get there, or is it like the next day, or?
Okay, so if we do a challenge, and then we put okay, so we'll do a challenge that day, and then when the same day, that's when the winners go to the club, the other people decide who to put up. We come home from the club, and that's when you're like, oh shit, that's who they put up, and you see on the TV who they put up.
Yeah. We
then go to sleep. The next day, we don't have a challenge. We just get ready. We get all dressed up, and then that's when we do elimination. And that little, however long you would see it on TV, elimination would last like 3, 4, or 5 hours sometimes. And it's because they got to set up cameras. They got to bring us from the house up to there. They don't let us talk because we're not allowed to discuss anything off camera. They set everything up like, you know, Ray J's got to have his stuff in order. They got to test sound and lighting. So it's a lot of waiting around.
Yeah, because, and for the elimination room, is it in the house? Or do y'all have to go to a different place to do elimination?
No, okay, so it was like a little bitty house up the hill. That's where, and it was just one big room that was, and there was no bathroom in there or anything. It's just one really, really big room is like how it was set up with the stage. And of course, like all production is there. There's a ton of people there. And then if you would have to use the bathroom, there was like the little, and for elimination actually, there's 2 trailers outside. One had the bathroom in it, and one was a trailer where you saw us taking the iPad and swiping and saying who we were voting for. So when it was our turn, right, I forgot, that's what took a long time too. He was like, okay, Sarah, now cast your vote. Well, then I'd have to walk out the back, walk down the stairs. Production would help me walk through the dirt because there was dirt out there, so your heels don't get sunk in the dirt. Walks you up to the trailer. Then you go in the trailer with more producers. And they say, okay, well, you're going to pick who it is. You're going to swipe. You're going to do it 3 different times. You're going to say what you want to say. And then you go back into that room. So keep in mind, each person is taking 5 to 10 minutes from walking to voting to coming back. And then you got like 15 people that have to vote, or however many it is. Well, only one team votes, I believe. But still, it takes a really long time. So, like, everybody's, like, waiting around. Like, you would hear, like, Ray J would, like, start singing and stuff while we're waiting. Like, we would start talking, and they would allow us to talk then. You just weren't allowed to talk anything about the show. You could talk about irrelevant stuff outside of the show.
Yeah, I always wondered, has he ever, like, hung out with y'all off camera or whatever, or has he ever, like, you know what I'm saying, just sat down and had personal conversations with y'all or anything?
On the show, no, we were not allowed to. Like, there was a couple times where I would say something walking past him, but it would really be like 1 or 2 things, and he would say one thing back. Like, we weren't allowed to talk.
Why?
It's just the way it was. He was the host of the show.
Oh, just keep it professional. Yeah,
he wasn't allowed to, like, talk to us. Like, both ways. We couldn't talk to him, and he couldn't talk to us. So it might be, like, a little bit of shit talking, like, when he would say something, like, because he mentioned, like, he kept mentioning my butt a lot. Like, when we were doing, like, the thing with the coins, he was like, oh, Sarah, something, like, she's using her assets or something. And, you know, I would, like, walk past him and just, like, jokingly say something, like, quit playing with me or whatever. He'd smile. So it was, like, no real conversation ever.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I think Ray J had a crush on you because on AfterBuzz, he made a comment about your ass. They was asking him about how he felt about all the girls, and they was like, okay, so what about Sarah? He was like, ooh, that ass. I was like,
what was that on?
Huh?
What was that on?
It was on AfterBuzz. It was on, like, AfterBuzz did a review of the reunion, and he was one of the first guests to come backstage with them. And he made a comment. It's on YouTube. He made a comment about your ass, and I thought it was funny.
Yeah, Ray J's cool. Like, we did flirt, like, innocent flirting back and forth. Like, he's really cool. I always, like, he was one of the first people I had a crush on just because of For the Love of Ray J, because I really, really liked that show.
Yeah, I watched it. I didn't really watch season 2. I watched season 1 though. I liked season 1. I didn't really watch season 2 though. I don't know. I was really in love with VH1 shows back in the day. I love Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, I Love New York. I watched all of that. I watched I Love Money. I watched all of that.
Oh, I Love Money. I wanted to go on that show.
Yes, I just wish the 3rd season didn't get canceled. Stupid dude had to go kill his wife before the show aired. It pissed me off.
Yeah, that's, you know what I wish they would do? I wish they would do, because I really like the challenge. Like, I love the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
My little sister Kelsey always talks about going on there. I'm like, you're not going to do half of that stuff because I'd be killing you in the gym. But I wish they would do, like, because they just did Champs vs. Pros, and they had some of the people, like, they had real athletes competing against the people in the challenge, like, for charity. And I really wish they would do, like, a Bad Girls Club one, or pick famous reality stars to do the challenge, like how they did I Love Money. I Love Money was all reality shows.
Yeah, I Love Money had, like, people from Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Rock of Love.
Yeah, They should do like a Bad Girls or even other shows and like partner them with, you know how they do like, they'll do the challenge Rivals or they'll do the challenge. They had one where it was like family members. Like, I wish they would do one where it was like the challenge with Bad Girls. So they would put a challenge person and pair you with a bad girl or something.
Yeah.
Like, it would be really cool.
Somebody online made like a little fantasy show about it called The Challenge, Bad Girls versus Lovers or something like that. And it's like, it has people from Bad Girls Club and Are You the One? And they like, you were one of the cast members it's not like an actual show, but it's like they type everything and you just read it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, something like that would be a lot of fun because competition shows are a lot of fun.
Do you regret all the fighting?
No. The only thing I don't like is my hair being pulled out, and fighting wise, like, no, I don't even care. I feel like every fight that I was pretty much, especially like the reunions and stuff, because I came there to fight. I mean, I wish I would have fought smarter because I shouldn't have ran up to Alicia where she could kick me in the stomach. I couldn't reach her.
Oh my Lord, that hurt.
Say, for instance, I drank too much, so like I'm trying to flip the table over. Like, what am I even doing? The only thing I regret is the fact that I probably like drank too much and made bad decisions on how to fight them. Because even with Gigi, like, she was standing on the couch. There's no way you can like really do something to somebody who's a foot and a half above you.
I know, her little punk ass standing up on the couch and shit.
Yeah.
Piss me off.
And then Alicia, she wouldn't fight me, and she's so big, like, she want to lean back and kick me in the stomach. Like, why don't you actually fight me? You want to fight people and bully on people, but you don't want to fight me? You're twice my size. Like, I'm telling you I want to fight you, and you're not. Like, you just want to lay back and kick me in the stomach with a high heel. So,
did that hurt when Alicia had kicked you in the stomach? Like, did you feel it, or...
Yeah, I felt it. I mean, I was like, when my adrenaline's pumping and stuff, I don't really care. But, like, I had 2 high heel prints in my stomach, like, one of them stayed for probably a good 4 months.
Okay, because you ran up twice, and I was like, after the first time, I was like, I know that hurt. But then I was like, man, she probably mad. She ain't worried about it.
Yeah, when I'm mad, I do not care. Like, I feel no pain when I'm mad whatsoever.
God damn, Sarah. I was pissed off though that she did that. And I'm not gonna lie, like, everything that's happened to you on all your seasons, on 13, I cried for you. On season 11, I cried for you. On All-Star Battle 2, I was pissed that you didn't win. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Tiana. I didn't like Tiana on her season, but I liked Tiana on All-Star Battle. And, you know, she really needed the money, but at the same time, I felt like you did more.
Yeah, all season. I busted my ass the entire season.
So and I was congratulations to Megan. I didn't want Megan to win, but I'm glad that she made it farther this season than she did last season. So, and Rocky, y'all, how do you feel about that, by the way? Because people say that y'all were really fake for voting her out.
Okay, I thought that was really, really stupid because, for one, we're there on a competition. The only person I made an alliance with, the one and only person I made one with, was Tiana. The only person I said, I won't vote you in, I got your back, we stay until the end, we doing this. I never went and made alliances with anybody else. Like, I was cool with everybody. You know, I was honest with people. And when it came with Rocky and it was time to put her up, it's like, okay, why would I not put, you know, and it kind of bothered me that, like, I wanted to put Megan up so many times. But Rocky was like, no, like, she isn't that strong of a competitor. Let's put up this person instead. Let's put up this person. So I was kind of irritated that all the times I wanted to send Megan home, she didn't want to do it because she felt like Megan was less competition to her. So she was looking out for her best interest, which of course makes sense. Like, you need to look out for yourself. This is a competition show. And I was like, but Megan keep coming for me over and over and over. Like, even in challenges, like kneeing me in the damn leg while we playing football and stuff. Like, she keep coming for me. So for it to finally be time where I won, I honestly believe Rocky would have put me up too. And yes, I would have been upset, but I would have understood. But because she would have seen me as like competition for her to go to the final. So I believe if Rocky did win, and that was one of the reasons I tried so hard in that last challenge, I was like, no, I got to win this. Because I knew if I didn't win, Megan would put me up and Rocky would put me up. The only person that wouldn't have put me up was Tiana. And because we had already had an understanding. So with them saying, like, who do you want to send home? I was literally debating on who to send home because I was like, nah, like I've been trying to get rid of Megan. But then I was like, wait a minute though, Rocky is fast as shit. Like, she gonna be up the damn mountain before me and Tiana even get started. So, like, why get rid of my chances and not, you know, let her, basically, like, give it to her. So, I thought about it and I thought about it. And then the fact that Rocky went to Tiana and didn't come to me, I was like, well, screw it. Because she isn't even coming to talk to me. Like, I guess I'll just send her home. Because she's too much competition and she ain't even talking to me to asking me to save her. And what I really wish I would have done, I wish I would have done this. I wish the producers would have given me a little hint, because Tiana didn't tell me who she was voting for 100%. She was like, you already know. You already know. And I'm like, but do I know? Like, who you voting for type thing? She would never say it, right? Because Rocky thought Tiana was going to keep her. And I wish to God that when we did the first votes, that I would have saved Rocky. Tiana would have sent Rocky home. Megan would have sent Rocky home. And then, of course, Rocky would have picked Megan. I guess that's who I would have picked. And it would have made it a tie game. It would have been 2 for Rocky, 2 for Megan. We would have then seen Rocky's reaction. She would have automatically thought the vote was for me and not from Tiana. And then with it being a tie, they would have let me chosen. And at that point, I could have sent her home that way. So I could have saved her the first time. It'd be a tie vote. Seen her reaction, and then sent her home for thinking that I didn't have her back type thing. Because she wasn't mad at Tiana, and I thought that was really, really weird. Because I was like, you and Tiana, like, had these conversations, and you thought Tiana was saving you, and you're not mad at her for sending you home, but you mad at me for sending you home, and I never said I was going to save you.
Oh, my goodness. And when you lost, did you want to cry?
It was weird, because I believe in, like, the law of attraction and stuff, and I wish I would have, like, known more about it back then. But, like, the entire season, I kept saying I didn't really care about winning. I just wanted to be there and experience the show because I got kicked off of my show, and I felt like I was robbed of my experience because of the other girls. So my whole mindset was not winning. And I just kind of, like, kept to myself. I didn't really start drama. Like, you know, I'd argue back when people would argue with me, or I'd say something back when they say something to me. But other than that, I didn't make alliances because I feel like that's how people get tied up too, like promising too many people whatever. I just kept to my own because I noticed that's what Jen did. I felt like Jen on Battle, she kind of just minded her own business. So I was like, I'm going to mind my business, just be cool, be myself, whatever, and not get into the drama. So I felt like that's what worked for me. And even when we made it to the final 3 and Tiana was upset, and I was being more so of a friend to her, I'm like, look, you never won anything, but like you all the way at the end, and you could really win this. And I think I talked her up and made her believe it to where I think I was putting the energy out for Tiana to win as well, rather than myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until we started on the finale that day did it hit me. I said, oh my God, I could win $100,000. And not once did I think about it the entire month I was there.
So it was kind of like surreal, like, damn, I actually made it.
Yeah, so I feel like it was my fault that I didn't win just by the energy I was putting out there. As far as, I don't really care, I don't think I'm going to win. Like, nah, Tiana, like, you got this. You know what I mean? And then she won. It was crazy.
A lot of the fans say that they feel that she didn't really deserve it. How do you feel? Do you feel that she deserved it?
I feel if you were looking at it just as the competition on the show with how she competed, I could see why they say she didn't deserve it. But as a person and her situation, I feel like she deserves it for that.
Okay, because, yeah, I know she said she was using it for, didn't she say something about her brother or something?
Yeah, I think she has two brothers, right, that live in New York, and like she didn't come from people with money and stuff like that, so she really, really wanted it, you know. And Tiana, they didn't really show it on her on 11, but I even said it on the reunion. I said, you know, even though Tiana was whatever with me and she was one of the girls that jumped me, Tiana was the only girl I respected, and the reason why is because when she said, she goes, like, when she literally said, like, Sarah, I don't fuck with you. And when she said, I don't fuck with you, like, she really didn't. She wasn't saying that and then being nice to me, complimenting my hair and dress like some of the other girls were. So I appreciated Tiana for when she said she didn't like me, she didn't do all that fake stuff. Like, she was consistent and she didn't like me. Mm-hmm. And that was the only reason I appreciated her. So, like, going on to battle, like, we became so close. We sat up there and talked every single night because, you know, of course, we weren't friends on 11 because of miscommunication and Mimi, like, manipulating situations. So Tiana apologized, and her and I, we talked, like, every day, every night. Like, we were so close to each other. Like, we, like, leaned on each other the entire show. And you didn't see it because, like, her and I were smart enough not to talk and make it a thing. Because nobody knew we had an alliance from the beginning. Like, when we would go in the bathroom for a couple seconds to take a shower or use the bathroom when we weren't mic'd, we'd have, like, a 2-second conversation. And then we'd get out the room as if nothing was happening. But we had an alliance from day one.
I just love that. I love that. Do you still do the calendar thing?
No, I do not do calendars. I kind of moved away from modeling because I modeled for so long. And, you know, now that I did TV, I was like, okay, well, if I do my own show, then that's cool. Like, I like to do something, accomplish it, do it for a while, enjoy it, and then move on to something else.
All right, and what do you want us to look out for right now?
So, my app, it is in app stores. It's on Android and iPhone. I'm adding new features to it. It's called Emoji Me. So it's the first app ever that allows you to make anything into an emoji. So like how celebrities have their apps, Kimmoji, Kevmoji, where it's all just images of themselves. My app lets you take a photo of yourself or of anybody else, and you use the cutting tool in the app, and it saves it small, and it sends as an emoji, just like the other celebrity apps. So I've been working on it for a while. I'm adding new features as we speak. It is on both the Google Store and the Apple Store. So if you go to saraholiver.com, you can click on the Emoji Me tab, or you can go directly to myemojime.com. Mm-hmm. So the app's really cool. It's been something I've been working on for a while, and it was something that I thought, you know, the world was missing and that I wanted, and I actually use my app all the time. So when people say stuff to me, like, I no longer, like, I'll send the Apple emojis if it's, like, a long message, but, like, as far as Bitmoji and stuff, like, I only send my emojis, because it's, like, it's fun to use. Like, you sit there and take pictures of yourself, save all your little emojis, and you have your own emojis, and you can change them whenever. So that was, like, my main project I've been working on, and the second one is the show with my dad. So I'm hoping to have everything set with that by come later this fall.
All right, I'm going to make sure to put the link to all of that in the description. Make sure I do that. And Sarah, I would like to thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I'm so glad I finally got to talk to you, because the fans' questions, because most of these questions, a few of them were my personal questions, but most of them were from fans. They wanted to know a lot of this, especially the All-Star Battle questions.
Right.
And I think you answered them very well, and I would like to thank you so much for doing this interview, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
You're welcome, and thank you. It was nice meeting you.